This podcast is supported by MIDI Health. Are you in midlife, feeling dismissed, unheard, or just plain tired of the old healthcare system? You're not alone. For too long, women's serious midlife health issues have been trivialized, ignored, and met with a just deal with it attitude. Many of us have been made to feel ashamed or forgotten. In fact, even today, 75% of women seeking care for menopause and perimenopause issues are left entirely untreated. But here's the powerful truth. It's time for a change. It's time for MIDI. MIDI is not just a healthcare provider. It's a women's telehealth clinic founded and supported by world-class leaders in women's health. What sets MIDI apart? We are the only women's telehealth brand covered by major insurance companies, making high-quality, expert care accessible and affordable for all women everywhere. Our clinicians provide one-on-one, face-to-face consultations where they truly listen to your unique needs. We offer a full range of holistic, data-driven solutions, from hormonal therapies and weight loss protocols to lifestyle coaching and preventive health guidance. This isn't a one-size-fits-all care. This is care uniquely tailored for you. At MIDI, you will join our patients who feel seen, heard, and prioritized. You will find that our mission is clear: to help all women thrive in midlife, giving them access to the health care they deserve. Because we believe midlife isn't the middle at all. It's just the beginning of your second act. Ready to feel your best and write your second act script? Visit joinmidi.com today to book your personalized, insurance-covered virtual visit. That's joinmidi.com. MIDI, the care women deserve.
You know you've reached peak couple energy when your undies match. Me Undies Match Me has you both covered, literally, in super soft ultra-modal undies, socks, PJs, and loungewear. Festive prints? Check. Cozy vibes? Double check. And right now, it's deal season. Get up to 50% off site-wide for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Take your couple game to the next level with Me Undies Match Me. To get deals up to 50% off, go to MeUndies.com/comfort, promo code COMFORT. That's MeUndies.com/comfort, code COMFORT.
All right, guys, Brad Gilmore from the Hall of Fame. And before we kick the show off today, we have a few sponsors that we got to get to, okay? This is John Cena's final week. You know what? John Cena, he might need a little extra boost of confidence before he goes out there. So I want to make sure that y'all hear this. You already know what time it is. It's time to level up. And Blue Chew just dropped something wild. I'm talking about championship-level energy like they never seen 17. The kind of upgrade that makes you feel like you just walked into your own arena, to your own entrance music. It's called Blue Chew Gold, baby. It's the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This is a 4-in-1 powerhouse setting the gold standard for performance. You get 2 ingredients for blood flow in the body, plus a morphine and oxytocin to help elevate arousal and connection in both your brain and your body. And here's the best part, the one that everyone loves. Blue Chew Gold dissolves under your tongue and can start working in as little as 15 minutes. You know what that means? It means less waiting. That means more confidence. That means more moments to show it up when it really counts. Elevation without hesitation. This is peak passion and peak performance in a single tablet. You know me. I'm a big believer in preparation. And Blue Chew Gold, it's like having a championship belt shined up before you even step in the ring. Look, if you could look under your bed, if you could talk to your bed, talk to your bed after this. Your bed's listening. It knows. It's probably filling in for load management. Blue Chew Gold is turning the bedroom into an Olympic sport, and some of y'all are about to qualify for the gold, so make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code BOOKER. That's promo code BOOKER. Visit BlueChew.com for details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew not only for sponsoring for the podcast, but for getting everybody wrapped up. Okay? And while we're talking about that, you know what? It's going to be all bricked up. You're going to be taking somebody out special. I just want to let everyone know that life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you've earned should be in your hands. And with EarnIn, it can be. EarnIn is the original wage access app that allows you to access pay as you work instead of waiting for days or weeks for a paycheck. You can get up to $300 a day with a max of $1,000 between paydays. So just to be clear, this is not a payday loan. It's just access to your money. That's why there's no interest, no credit checks, no mandatory fees. EarnIn makes money from optional tips and optional fees or features like lightning speed, which gets you your money in minutes. There's always a no-cost option because EarnIn's mission is to make financial momentum accessible to as many people as possible. EarnIn empowers millions of people to make the most out of their money with access to their pay when they need it. It's your money. EarnIn helps us get it into your hands. So just download the EarnIn app, add your info, and start accessing pay as you work. Anything you access plus an optional tip gets automatically repaid at your next paycheck. You know, we've all had those moments. Something pops up, timing isn't on our side. Gas, groceries, a bill you didn't see coming, a birthday gift you forgot about, or even just wanted to take the family or your lady out for a nighttime dinner. You know, and sometimes you want to take them out. You want to take them out. And guess what? You don't have the funds. So having access to the money you've already earned can make life feel like a whole lot lighter, and that's what EarnIn is designed for. Financial breathing room when you need it without the stress. So download EarnIn today. That's EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple Store. And when you download the EarnIn app, type in Hall of Fame under podcast when you sign up. Seriously, it helps out this show more than you know. That's Hall of Fame under podcast. EarnIn is a financial technology. It's not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in all states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Download EarnIn now and take control of your pay. And last but not least, guys, come on. You know, man. You know, there's something nobody told me about getting into my 30s. This weekend, I hit 33, and suddenly everything just felt a little bit different. Stuff that used to be automatic or even automagic started feeling like it required a whole committee within my body. It was like the Senate and the Congress had to pass a bill. I'm talking about real life stuff, not even talking gym talk, bro. The exact same diet that kept me lean. Now suddenly I'm looking in the mirror going like, hold up. When that even get there? That 2 p.m. crash became my unwanted new roommate. Energy dripping right through the day was supposed to get going. Started dipping, man. And mentally, that drive that always kept me locked in, it started to flicker. So, of course, I did what everybody does. I went down the internet rabbit hole trying to figure out what was going on. Chat GPT, I was asking everybody. And every road kept pointing me in the same direction, low T. Yeah, that's right. And the next thing you see is every doctor saying, oh, yeah, TRT, just weekly injections for the rest of your life, totally fine. But then you dig deeper, you realize what you're signing up for. The cost, the commitment, shutting down your body's natural production, and the fertility risks. Whew, that one hit a little different. I want a little Gilmore's. I want some boats going out there. That made me stop everything I was doing and say, nope, not playing with it. That's exactly why I got obsessed with Mars Men, because Mars Men gives you the benefits dudes are chasing. The energy, the strength, the focus, the feeling like yourself again. But without shutting down your body or turning your week into a schedule of injections. This is real natural ingredients. Tongkat Ali, Shilajit, zinc, boron. Does anyone remember the atomic symbol for boron? All the stuff that's designed to keep healthy T-level stamina and recovery and help your body get back to what it was built to do in the first place. Let me show you this right here. Mars Men, okay? Mars Men. This has been part of my routine. And what I love is it's not just a jolt or a spike. It's steady. It's consistent. Drive all day. My focus is cleaner. My energy is even. In the gym, I'm telling you, the lifts feel smoother. Not synthetic. Just me, but restored. Third-party tested. Made in the U.S. of A. And honestly, the 90-day money-back guarantee alone takes all the worry out. Worst case, you don't love it, you get your money back. But the crazy thing is, over 91% of users report higher energy levels, and I believe it. Listen to me right now. Can you have more energy than this at 7 o'clock in the morning? I don't think so. Go read the reviews. These dudes are not shy about sharing how they feel. So for a limited time, our listeners get 60% off for life and 3 free gifts when you use the promo code Booker at MarsMen.com. That's men go to Mars.com. Men go to Mars.com. Men go to Mars.com. Use code Booker at checkout. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them the Hall of Fame sent you. Seriously, fellas, if you've been feeling like that shift like I was, this is worth checking out. Go to Men Go to Mars. Use Booker. Lock in 60% for life and get your 3 free gifts. Let's start the show, baby. Let's do it.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. Join the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and WWE NXT announcer, Booker T. Booker T. Alongside his right-hand man, the BOAT, Brad Gilmore, as they discuss everything from inside the ring to the backstage and beyond. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer, man. Got my dog Brad Gilmore here with me, as always, getting ready to do this thing. Want to thank the people for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, baby. I'm feeling good today, man. How you feel, dog?
I'm feeling good, BT. Man, you know what? Look, this is a big week. This is John Cena's final wrestling match. As a longtime wrestling fan, somebody who's followed his entire career, you know what it feels like to me? It feels like when Kobe hung it up. But remember, Kobe went out with 60. So Cena's got to go out with 60. You know what I mean? On Saturday.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
You're going to be there?
I'll be there.
Oh, so okay, this is brand new news to me. So how the hell do you end up there? Who invited you?
Look, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'll be there. You know what I mean? Represent, hustle, loyalty, respect. That last word, it's the optimal word, respect. Much respect to John Cena and what he's done throughout his career, you know, for so many people, so many young kids looked up and idolized John Cena. So for him to go out, you know, make this last final, you know, ride, you know, go down there and do it just one more time in the middle of that square circle against, you know, one of the greatest that's coming up right now.
Oh,
that's
man.
cool. You got to give him his props too. So, nah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
That's what I was going to ask you. Okay, Gunther, the final opponent of John Cena. Gunther obviously was the final opponent of Bill Goldberg earlier this year at the same event, Saturday night's main event. He's becoming Mr. Saturday Night in front of our eyes, is Gunther. How do you like that as the final matchup for Cena? And what I loved is I think Gunther looked in the camera and said, you know, you finally will give up, or something like that. Of course, anybody who's like a wrestling fan or a wrestling head loves Gunther just because he's such an A-class worker, like a pro athlete's pro athlete. He's probably your favorite professional wrestler's favorite professional wrestler in a lot of ways. But what do you think about the matchup between them two?
You know, I think it's the ultimate test for John Cena. You know, to go out there and take on the guy that's really staking his claim to what's going on in today's wrestling, and that's Gunther. I mean, nobody goes out and does it like that guy. I mean, he makes it so real. It's so intense. It's so, you know, right there in your face. It's no hair in between what Gunther does, you know, as far as the camera watching. It is, it's real as it possibly could be. It's almost like Brock Lesnar in a sense. You know what I mean? It's going to be the ultimate test for John Cena to go out here and show this young guy how good the old guy still is. And for me, John Cena, he still has a little left in the tank. He may not be as great as he once was, but he still can be great. once. You know what I mean? So no, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how this thing play out.
You know, we debated this on our ESPN National show when we did our Survivor Series preview, which, by the way, Survivor Series, really interesting show. I actually want to highlight a few things from that, one thing in particular. But should John Cena go out looking up at the lights, or should he defeat
Can't
Gunther?
answer that. I really can't answer that, man. That's a question that John Cena is going to have to answer. You know what I mean?
He would want to go out losing. He would want to go out losing.
You know, John's a traditional guy as
Yeah.
far as this wrestling thing goes. I mean, it really is all about the next generation. I don't think John Cena thinks it's about him going out there and hitting the 5-knuckle shuffle and, you know, hitting the attitude adjustment and getting the 1, 2, 3 and throwing up the, you know, I just no, the reason I say that, man, it truly is a young woman's game.
Yeah.
And to be able to pass the torch like no other, I don't think anyone else has had the chance to pass the torch like this. Of course, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, that was like the passing of the torch, but both of those guys were old.
At a combined age of 103 years old.
Exactly my point. You know what I mean? So that was like really the passing of the torch. It was a great symbol of, you know, like passing the torch, but really, you know, that was just a match. But this right here is really truly passing the torch to the next generation. And I think Gunther is the guy that's going to bring in the new era of professional wrestling.
Okay, two more things about this with John Cena in particular. One, let's talk about his final pay-per-view match, PLE match, was against Dominic Mysterio in grand fashion. I mean, just all the pageantry that you could possibly want, including a reality wrestling student who's going to be a future Hall of Famer in my book, Roxanne Perez. On John Cena's final PLE, John Cena took a Pop Rocks. Like, can we just talk about that for 1 second? The history of wrestling. The final John Cena pay-per-view, he took a Pop Rocks from 5-foot-tall Roxanne Perez, Reality of Wrestling, Laredo, Texas representative. That's incredible.
5'2".
5'2" with her boots on.
No, it's a memory, man. That's a moment for Roxanne, more importantly, but it shows you what John Cena's head is. You know, he sees the talent in Roxanne Perez, and be able to shine her, just to give her a little bit of shine, was like so. I mean, it was something that small, but in the big picture, in the grand scheme of things, it was huge. It was so huge. So for me, it just let me know what John Cena's, where his head is, and what he's thinking about on his way out. And I really don't think John is on his way out. I just think this is the exit path of his wrestling career, man. But this dude has so much more to give to this business. He really does.
He's been doing the media rounds these last couple of days, and I saw him on Bill Simmons' podcast. I saw him on Rogan. I think he's going to be on our friend Chris Van Vliet. And when I've been listening to John, his perspective on the business is one of the best I've ever heard. Just the way that he looks at it. And here's an example. His final show this weekend at Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. He said, you know, they came to him and said, hey, we can do this big, you know, huge celebration about John Cena. Like, we'll show you all the highlights and the this and the that. And we'll make it all about you and bring it, do this, do that. And he said, hey, guys, look, that's great. And if that's what you want to do, we can do it. He goes, but what if we do this? He goes, so many people are going to be watching this show because it's my final match. Let's bring in some NXT talent. Like, let's let them wrestle on Saturday night's main event. Let's put them in the spotlight so they can get exposed to this wider audience that maybe they'll never get exposed to at any other point in their career. That is a man who does not think for himself. That is a man who thinks for the future of the industry that has given him so much.
No, I agree 100%. John Cena was one of those kids once upon a time, the prototype.
Yeah.
Down there at FCW?
I think FCW and OVW.
Yeah, OVW. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, he was a kid once upon a time, and you know, just like for myself, you know, I'm 60 now, but I was a kid once upon a time.
A few decades
you know,
ago.
and to have you know, a pat on the back,
Yeah.
say, hey man, we're gonna give you a shot. That means the world to a young kid like a Obafemi, who's gonna be heading in there and, you know, taking on, you know, a Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean?
The WWE champion.
And then all the guys that had a chance to be in that tournament just to, vie for that position, so, and all the women, so it's just a such a cool way. It's such a classic way to, let the world see what professional wrestling truly is and what it truly can be.
I'd heard the story about John before, but I never heard it from him. So I thought it was just one of those wrestling lore things, and I know we're coming up against a break, so I'll make it quick. But John talked about how he was told, hey, it's not working out. We're going to let you go. And this is early in his career. Do you hear anything when you go out there? No, we can't use you. And they were doing some overseas trip. All the boys were on the back of the bus. You probably were on this bus. Because it was
I wasn't.
You never rode the bus?
I mean, I did, but I don't think I was on that. I don't remember the tour.
This is an overseas tour, I think, in Europe.
I might have been there.
There's an overseas tour in Europe. All the guys from SmackDown are on the bus, and he said that they were freestyle rapping in the back, Rikishi and a couple of the guys. So he went back there, was just playing around. He's like, I'm out of here in a couple weeks. I'm just playing. I'm having fun. And Stephanie heard him, and she said, how did you do that? He goes, oh, you just make it up. And she said, do a freestyle about me right now. And he did a freestyle for Stephanie McMahon, and her response when he was done was, how would you like to do that on TV? Right? And he said, I'll do it on TV. Hell yeah. And then look at the greatest of all time.
Oh, man. Nah, he's the real deal. I mean, like I said, I was on 106 in Park with John Cena. He did a freestyle, and I was like blown away. I was like, wait a minute, this guy can really rap. You know what I mean? All the black, people was like going crazy. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Just something that just blew me right out of the water because he had no time to think about it, no time to prepare or anything like that. I'm sure he probably had an inkling that they might test him, so he
might have had a couple bars ready.
He had a couple of nuggets,
yeah.
Ready to display. But no, man, no pressure. Just went up there and knocked it right out of the park, man. So I knew he was going to be a star. From the beginning, I saw WWE grooming John Cena to be the next guy, and I was just glad to be a part of the ride. But you are in the Hall of Fame, guys. We got to take a break. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Oh, yeah, man. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. What's on your mind? You sweat?
I have a couple things. I want to say. First off, for the people watching us on YouTube, you just heard a Blue Chew ad that is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever recorded in human history.
What are you talking about?
It's ridiculous. But it's like, no, it's in a good way. In a good way. It works. Yes, of course it works. But you have a steel chair in your pants? Like, that's hilarious. But you know what's the best part about the Blue Chew ad copy? Is that it says it comes in a discreet package. But ironically, it makes your package not discreet. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why would it shouldn't come in a discreet package. It should come in like a
you want everybody to know about it.
Everyone needs to know. Don't be discreet about it. If you're about to chew it and do it, put it in a steel box that shows up in front of your front door that has Blue Chew plastered on the side of it, so people know you're laying the smacketh down in the primary bedroom.
It works. Let's just say that it works,
bro. Come on now.
Oh man, just got my shipment just came in.
Shipment just came in. He's already halfway done.
He said a shipment. A shipment. That means it's a whole bunch of.
You did just come from Colombia, so I don't know how big of a shipment you got.
Got a shipment.
Can we talk about that? You don't have to go into detail, but because you said you were going to Colombia on the show last week. How was Colombia?
Oh man, it was awesome, man. You hear all the stories about Pablo Escobar back in the day, and how the country was just in turmoil, at war.
Yeah,
the drug lords went against the government, and that's the vision that I had in my mind because I've been watching Pablo Escobar stories for so many years. It's one of my favorite gangsters. Then to get to the country, and it was so amazing. It was like being in the jungle, but right in the middle of the city. Everything was so green, and stayed at this place called the Novotel. It was right inside of this mall on on like 1.8 acres.
Yeah.
And the mall was pretty much that big, pretty much. It was huge. And it was all open too. It was crazy. It was open, and so you felt the natural weather feel, and it wasn't hot as spring all the time. They got over 200 bird species in Colombia, but you don't see them because of all of the greenish and foliage, and
Wow.
and like I say, if it was here in the States, it would been so many birds in this mall, but I didn't see one bird. Everyone just about has a dog. So many people have dogs, man, these dogs are so well mannered. I wouldn't say everybody, but so many people. These dogs are so well mannered. They're like humans. They walk around in the mall with no leash on, and they're just having fun. It was the craziest thing in the world. Rover would have been like, "What the hell's going on here?" My dog. But no, man, the atmosphere, the beautiful women. It was such an amazing place. For me, I went over to get stem cell, and I tell you, I want to give a big shout out to BioAccelerator. Big shout out to BioAccelerator, man. Those guys did me and did me very, very well. They treated me like a king. They made sure that they attended to me in every way, form. They took care of my body, and hopefully my body's going to be getting back on track and getting back in action to, just live life more than anything. That's what I'm all about, the quality of life. And for anyone on the fence, man, I say, you only live once. You only live once. So for me, BioAccelerator, that's just the first stop. But hopefully I'll be going back, another time and have some fun. Take my wife, Charmy, all over there.
Make sure you take the wife.
I got wife. You got to take the wife. You got to be handcuffed to the wife over there.
Because we have a chat who said Colombian females, man, ask Booker, Brad. So, were the rumors are the rumors true? Colombian women,
brother. I'm gonna tell you, man. For the brothers, brother will lose his damn mind in Colombia. It's like nothing you never seen before. You know what I mean?
Talk to me. Well, I wouldn't lose my mind.
Like I said, I'm a married man. You know what I mean? So I had to stay focused. I had to stay laser focused. You understand what I'm saying? Because I mean, out of all the places I've gone, like throughout my time in professional wrestling, all the places I've gone, I've never seen more beautiful women than I saw in Colombia.
Wow. You know what? And when you going next?
It's a beautiful country. Like I say, the food, man, the food was so good. I got a filet mignon, right? Right.
You're talking about a steak, right?
Yeah, lobster.
I don't know. It could be code name.
And lobster and salad, beverage, and it was about $40.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, man, I'm serious. Filet mignon, a big steak. I'm talking about it. It was cooked. It was a big steak, cooked to perfection, man. Cooked to perfection. And I was like, man, I could live like this. That's the way it was. I mean, it was so clean. The place was so clean. It was amazing. It was nothing like you hear about. Nothing like you hear. Then again, I'm sure there are parts of the the country that's like that.
Sure.
I mean, there's ghettos everywhere in the world. Anywhere you go, you're gonna be able to find a ghetto. But literally, I saw people living good and smiling and having fun, man. It seemed like the happiest place I've ever been.
So you're saying if I were to like take a weekend trip, you
never come back. You never come back. I'm gonna tell you right there, you go to Colombia, Brad, you ain't coming back. You're gonna try your best to learn Spanish, stay your ass in Colombia for the rest of your life. I'm just saying.
I was going to say, you bring an overnight bag with some dog treats, a bucket of Blue Chew, you know what I mean? And an English to Spanish dictionary.
All you take your cell phone, translate everything. You know what I mean? That's all you got to speak it into the cell phone, translate. Boom, you speak Spanish yourself. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now. It was a lot of English-speaking people there too, but I tell you, like I say, Brett, if you, a young man, went to Colombia, you probably never come back home.
I'm never coming. But remember how when you got the hoverboard, you
sell everything.
You said, remember when you got the hoverboard, you said, I'm never going to walk again.
Never going to walk again.
I go to Colombia, I'm never going home again.
You'd never come back. I'm not lying, man. You probably would never come back home.
Oh, man, I'm so glad that you went, though. You know, out of all the places in the world that you'd never been, to go to Colombia and have that beautiful experience. Because you said, you know, you want to go back, and that says a lot.
Back. No, I'm going back. I'm definitely going back.
Yeah. You keep me updated.
I will. I'll make sure I let you know when I go, man.
The passport's up to date.
It might be a trip you want to take. It's definitely vacation worthy.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I mean, if you're just going on a vacation, it's a great place to go on a vacation. I'm not bull crapping on that one.
Good save. I know, but you had to, and obviously there's a lot that we're going to talk about because you had to go straight. Well, how long's the flight to Colombia?
It was only 4.5 hours.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. No.
And you went straight from Colombia to San Antonio?
Yeah, well, I came straight to Houston and then I drove to San Antonio for deadline.
For deadline. Man, were you tired?
Yeah.
Were you exhausted?
Yeah. You know, Charmel was with me, and we just went back to the old school, man, the way we used to, man. She used to drive for me, take care of me, let me sleep. And she was, you know, the captain on this ship, you know, and I just sit there and co-pilot this thing, and she took care of me, got me there, and she stayed at the hotel, got even more sleep because we drove right back that same night. I went to work, got the work done. She got about 4 hours of sleep. Came back, we met up, boom, and made the trip back home. And you know, we wanted to be home for Sunday, man, just to be able to kick it. You know, football, you know, watch them Texans go out there and do their thing. The boys went out there and beat up on Kansas City. And that was a hell of a battle, man.
It was a battle.
Watching Mahomes, you know, just come so close but not be able to pull it off because he's been so great. He's just been so great. But right now, he just has so many screws loose.
He has a lot of screws loose. The Travis Kelce interception was bad, but you know what? That Houston Texans defense, they're amazing.
Yeah, they really are. They really are, man. And they got a hell of a coach, young coach, man. Those guys are doing, man. They're doing big things, man. They represent this city very, very well. So I'm just glad I was the one to motivate this city, man. Kick this whole thing off with the video. That's me. That's me.
That's right.
Just in case anybody don't know. When we come back from the break, we might throw it up.
If I can find it, I'm going to put it in there.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, man, H-Town is, man, they doing their thing, man. They're doing it big. CJ seemed like he's finally coming into form, man. He shook off whatever he had going on, and now he's out there doing it big. So my thing is, man, Houston, Texas, we about to go to the playoffs, man. We about to go to the playoffs. Then we're going to the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, we're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
All right, guys. Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame, here to keep it 100. Some men walk into a room like regular dudes, but when you've got Blue Chew in your corner, you walk in like it's a main event. I'm talking pyro, lights, smoke machines, a Titantron package, and your theme music blasting. Because Blue Chew just isn't a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody handed your downstairs a gym membership, a hype man, and a Hall of Fame ring all at once.
And let me tell you something right now, man. This ain't just about sex. This is about legacy. This is about making sure your third legacy gets remembered. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex, shipped straight to your door, man, in a discreet package. You don't need to go to the doctor's office, man. You don't need to stand in line at a pharmacy. Just come ready to go.
Look, last time I tried one of Blue Chew's tablets, my hog got so confident it demanded its own Instagram account. It told me missionary was off-brand and it was only doing extreme positions. I tried Blue Chew and suddenly my hog had a zip code, a driver's license, and voting rights. That's not just performance, that's a lifestyle.
Dog, for me, it felt like my pants were cutting promos on me. Said, We can't hold this man anymore. Somebody call security. It was like my entire lower half turned into a tag team championship, man. And my brother, sometimes it's not even about the action. It's about walking into the room knowing you're holding a steel chair under the table, man, ready to go whenever the bell rings.
Look, this just isn't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. And the truth is, it's not about what happens in the bedroom. It's about knowing that you're that guy. You want to give her group chat something to talk about? You want to hear your name come up at brunch? Lay it down with Blue Chew's help. And believe me, they'll be talking about how it gets up.
And that's real talk, guys. You only get one career, one championship run, and one chance to etch your name in the history books. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Step into the ring with Blue Chew and become a legend.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BOOKER at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Use promo code BOOKER, BOOKER, and head to BlueChew.com for details and safety information.
Want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Can you dig it? Houston, get ready to rumble with the Hall of Fame on ESPN Radio.
That's right, Booker. We're bringing the heat Tuesday through Friday right here on the Houston airwaves on 97.5 and 92.5.
We've got the exclusive scoop on wrestling, boxing, and everything in between.
Join us for the smackdown of sports talk and don't miss a moment of the action.
The Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that, sucker?
Hey guys, this is Brent Gilmore from the Hall of Fame with Booker T. And you know, we talk a lot about trust on this show. Trust in your team, trust in the process, trust in your opponent. And you got to talk about trust in your money. And that's why I use Cash App. I do. I use Cash App. This is true. I use it every single day. It's where I have a card with. It's where I exchange currency with, whether I'm getting a haircut, whether I'm getting, some lawn services, whatever the case might be. I use Cash App because it's fast, it's secure, and it makes handling my money so simple. So whether I'm splitting a dinner bill, splitting money with a friend, checking my balance before a big weekend, it's all right there in the app. So if you download Cash App today and use our referral code, which is SECURE10, for $10 when you sign up. That's SECURE, SECURE, the number 10. Do that. Use that code because Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. You visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. So go ahead, hit that download button. Use my code SECURE10 and join the millions of people already using Cash App to make life easier. Trust me, you'll be glad that you did it, okay? SECURE10, SECURE10, SECURE10. And remember, Cash App is a financial services platform. It is not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards are issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures and use Cash App today. Booker and I use it. You should use it too. Cash App, Cash App, Cash App.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. We doing it. Talking about me going down to Columbia. I was reading an article and it said Booker T's getting everything done. You know what I mean? He's getting, stem cell, he's getting a hair transplant.
Oh, yeah, we talked.
He's getting Invisalign. That was a story. Man, these people, These people ain't got nothing to do, man. Is writing these stories, man, because that's not a story. That's just me talking, man. I'm just talking. All right. That's not something that should be printed and talked about because it's not news. It's not newsworthy. All right. I think that's something that everyone should be trying to do. Let's try to get better and make themselves better. But I don't think it's news that, people trying to make themselves better. You know what I mean? So my thing is, come on, guys. Come on. I ain't doing all of that. Getting no hair transplant and all of that. I did get some hair treatments as far as getting my hair washed. You know what I mean? I actually even got a little stem cell on my hair.
In Colombia?
No, that was here.
Oh, that was here.
It was, yeah. But it was less, evasive, I guess. But no, man, it's all about trying to look good. Body beautiful, man. Body beautiful. Stay in the gym. Get in the gym, work out.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as I finish up here, I got to go do so many exercises because of stem cell for my knees, for my shoulders, trying to keep the body good, man. So my thing is body beautiful. My homeboy, Darryl Bates, the one guy who first got me in the gym. And wherever you at, Darryl, if you listening to the show, I know you still live here in Houston. I was talking to your son a few years back. That's the guy who coined the phrase for me, man. Body beautiful, baby. Body beautiful. And Darryl Bates, brother looked good, man. Had some of the prettiest calves you ever go see in your life.
Fuck.
No, I ain't lying, man. I mean, chest, pectorials, deltoid, biceps wasn't that great, but everything, abs, Darryl Bates, you know what I mean? Body beautiful, baby. Shout out to my homie.
God,
We had
man.
another little homie, man. He passed away, but he was one of the guys back in the day. His name was Silver Cloud, and this brother was only about 5'8", but he was so jacked, man. I'm talking about body beautiful. Nobody in the gym looked better than Silver Cloud. You know what I mean? Shout out, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Silver Cloud.
Yeah, that's the only name that I knew.
Yeah.
Silver Cloud.
Yeah.
He was bodybuilding. Brother looked good, man. He looked real good. That's when I first got in the game. Right, Willow Creek Apartments, right there, 45 and 610. Those apartments right there. I used to stay there, and they had a bodybuilding contest one weekend in the summer, and I got in it, and I came in third place. And I was like, oh man, I might could do this. That was after I'd been working out for a few years. But no, man, those guys, man, Silver Cloud, my brother, Darryl Bates. Darryl was the one that got me in it. But those guys, man, big ups, man, because getting in that gym right there at the apartment, it was an apartment gym, didn't have nothing but a couple of pieces of equipment in there. But getting in that gym for the first time put me on the path of going on to be successful in professional wrestling.
I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I, you know what? I don't know why some people, because I read that article about Booker T's getting hair transplants. He's doing this, he's doing that. He's got the Invisalign, and Cena's been talking about it even in the press that he's been doing leading up to Saturday. How the fans kind of shamed him into getting the hair transplant, but he's like, it's the greatest thing I've ever done. There's not an issue, in my opinion, with the vanity. Like if it makes you feel more confident and better about yourself, the hell with what anybody else says. And then on top of that, though, this is my only request for you, Book. I like the Invisalign, but and look, all love and respect to the great brother Oos, the tribal chief Roman Reigns. I put my ones up for him. But his grill, he got those veneers. You know what I mean? And those veneers, although they're nice and pretty, they look a little crazy to me. I'll be honest with you. They look a little.
Yeah. They look. I can't really explain. What the feel is, the effect that I get when I see them, because they just look too damn straight.
They look too damn straight. They're too white. They're too squared.
You always want to flash them.
I mean, it looks like some chicle teeth. You remember those little pieces of gum they sell at the Mexican restaurants, chiclets? That's what it looks like.
Man, they look too damn clean and too straight, too formed. Everything about him, Yeah, I get it. I understand where you're coming from.
But I got love for him. I'm not hating on him. If he loves him, I love him. I'm just saying.
When you look in the mirror and you got them, you got a lot of money.
You got some money, bro. he got that Mania check. He said, "I'm gonna go get some teeth."
You go flash them, dog.
I'm gonna give me some teeth.
Protocol. I'm serious.
You know what? That was my
No,
favorite.
I'm already beginning to start flashing mine, and mine ain't even straight yet.
You want to get people used to looking at your grill.
Now the thing is, when you got the Invisalign in, they look straight.
Well, look. My favorite Cardi B line, right? Which is a crazy statement already to say, but my favorite Cardi B line is, "Got a bag and fix my teeth. Hope you hoes know that ain't cheap."
Nah, man. I listened to J. Cole say he went pretty far with a crooked smile.
Crooked smile.
Fabulous.
Mhm.
You know, he went pretty far with a crooked smile. I went pretty far with a crooked smile.
Yeah.
So, but I still want to fix it up, before I leave this earth. Just one time, just see exactly what I look like, with straight teeth. That's all.
Hey, look, it's up to you. It's your thing.
And I got the money to do.
You got the money to do it. I have to ask you, and look, we're going to get into Obafemi, Cody Rhodes, NXT Deadline, Marab and Piotr Jan fought. I want to give a big shout out to your compatriot, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, got his first Golden Globe nomination. Shout out to Dwayne for the Smashing Machine. Congratulations to him. I'm sure that he's thrilled by that. There's what you gonna say something?
No, I was on the plane on my way from Colombia, and it was on the plane, Smash Machine, and I got a chance to pull it up and check it out.
What'd you think?
I got halfway through it, and for some reason it froze.
It froze,
and I didn't get a chance to see the final, the ending. Charmaine actually watched it as well. Hers didn't freeze; it got all the way through. But I don't know. I watched the documentary. Right?
It's very much the same, right? Like it's very similar.
And that's what I was going to say. Watching the documentary and watching the movie, I didn't see a whole lot of veering from that actual story. It seemed like it was almost verbatim. And I could be wrong, but it seemed like that story, the documentary and the movie didn't embellish far from the actual story.
Yeah, I agree. And that was one of my criticisms of the film. But when we talk about pure performances, it is The Rock's best acting. It's the first time I've seen him not be The Rock. Although sometimes I feel like I could still see him. Obviously, he's so recognizable. He did such a great job in trying to embody a character and not just being a performer. And then Emily Blunt, that woman is so good in everything that she's in. And she got a nomination as well, and well-deserved, because she killed it in that movie. Congratulations to The Rock. What I was going to ask you, though, was have you seen the Diddy documentary?
No, I haven't. I just seen clips, where they're talking about, such and such, a few things here, a few things there. I thought Diddy's lawyer put a cease and desist. Is it out?
It's out on Netflix.
Okay,
I watched it last night, and I wanted to.
Is it a 1-part series?
It's 4 episodes, I believe.
Okay, all right. You watched them all?
I watched them all, but I'm going to tell you my favorite part about the documentary is this. 50 Cent was the producer of the documentary, right?
Yeah.
And 50 and Diddy, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but they have some beef that they've always had, right? Including I have to tell 2 stories. One, do you remember the 50 Cent song, I Get Money? I get money, I get it. Yeah. They did a remix when the Forbes list came out, and 50, Jay-Z, and Diddy were number 1, 2, and 3 of the richest hip-hop moguls, right? So they did a remix. 50 wrote Diddy's verse in the remix, and he says, Lord knows, yeah, Diddy did it. Fast cars, jewelry, and big homes, yeah, Diddy did it. Shootouts, coastal beefs, yeah, Diddy did it. But my lawyer's so good that Diddy got acquitted. And they said to 50, did you write lines for Diddy to snitch on himself? Because the whole thing is Diddy did it. Shootouts, coastal beefs, Diddy did it. So that was one thing. But the thing that I really found funny is that 50 Cent did one interview about the documentary, and he did it specifically with ABC News because that's the channel they show at Fort Dix Prison where Diddy is. He did the interview on ABC because they know that Diddy would have to look at it inside. That's petty on another level.
You know what? It's big bank take little bank. That's all it is. It's like we've been playing this game for years. It's like WCW and WWE. When WWE won, they planted the flag, and they let everybody know we won this, man.
Yeah.
Look, I told y'all. I mean, there's something that 50 been saying for years about Diddy. When he said, he asked, to take him shopping.
He has to take him shopping.
Like, bro, take me shopping. You don't ask a real man. You don't ask a real man something like that. A real man gonna step to you real quick. I mean, I heard one of the other guys that Diddy had said, take your shirt off, Playboy. And the dude said, man, I will beat the what out of you talking to me that way. But that's a real man. Most of them guys that was hanging around Diddy, they wouldn't say anything like that because it would cost him something. But a real man, no matter what, 99%, 100%, he's going to say something. If it's 100%, going to stand on it. So, nah, man, I get where 50 is coming from 100%. I ain't never been, in beef with nobody like that, especially my whole life. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing about 50. Once you're in beef with 50, it never stops. You're going to beef with him for the rest of eternity. That's just the way he does it.
They're competing, though. They still compete.
They're still always competing. Always competing. I know we're against a break, so we'll talk more on the other side.
Yeah, we are. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Just chopping it up. A whole lot went down over this past weekend. I don't know if you got a chance to see the PBC, man, the Lamont Roach, Isak Pitbull Cruz fight, but that right there was a big fight for me. I'm always about the fisticuff, the pugilism, the boxing game, and to see Lamont Roach step up in weight to go up and fight Isak Pitbull Cruz for me was something I thought he needed to do because people are still talking about that Gervonta Tank Davis fight where I thought Lamont Roach clearly beat Gervonta Tank Davis.
He did.
I'm still wondering what the referee was thinking in that fight, but Lamont Roach went up, fought Isak, and stood toe-to-toe with Isak Pitbull Cruz, who's another guy who had a hell of a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, who Tank don't want no more of that smoke. But this fight ended up being a draw, 113-113.
I hate that.
I think it was 115, 112, and then it turned out two judges had it, tied. But my thing is, Lamont Roach proved his mettle by moving up and fighting a bigger guy. Me personally, I thought he won the fight. Everybody in the building thought he won the fight. You know what I mean? But nah, man, boxing's back, man. I love the fight game, and big ups to Lamont Roach. Keep doing what you do.
Yeah, and I know TKO's getting heavy into the boxing game with Zuffa Boxing. More events are going to be coming with that, so I'm sure you're going to be more intimately involved if the folks over there at TKO know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Riyadh season, you know what I mean? Shake Turkey,
I'm ready to go. Where we going? Spin them up.
Look, just let us sit ringside, and we'll have our own broadcast that people could tune into. You know what I mean? We could call the fight.
You know what? I like that even better.
It's a great idea.
I like that even better. That's a great idea.
And I just hope one of those Saudi checks are attached to it. You know what I mean? Yo, Turkey.
Turkey Al-Sheikh, man, he ain't gonna let you work for free. Oh no.
No. His Excellency, or whatever the proper terminology is to address him as.
You said it right.
You know what I mean? Hey, look, bro. If you go by Your Excellency, that means those checks are excellent. You know what I mean?
No, the checks are excellente.
They're all that more, man. They're all that and more. Oh, I can't wait. And you know what?
Man, I'm going to be so bad at us, man. Money grubbers.
You know what I say to those people?
What?
The hell with them. Look, hey, book. Here's the question. We've been doing this show for a long time. What do we get paid to do? We get paid to do what? We get paid to talk.
That's it. Yeah.
What do we get paid to talk about? Combat sports. Worldwide leader in sports, ESPN. They hired us to do what? Talk about sports. Talk about fights. Talk about wrestling. Talk about the UFC.
Everything.
So if TKO and Riyadh season wants to invite the Hall of Fame out to Saudi Arabia to watch some fights and to talk about them, I'm gonna go pick up the check.
Bro, you ain't gotta explain it, man. I'm right with you. I'm gonna pick the check up too.
You know what I mean? WrestleMania is gonna be there.
You know what, man? I'm all about getting paid, man. I really am. I'm not gonna sit here and not say that I'm not all about getting paid. I'm willing to do the work, but I want to get paid because, man, it's when you get paid, man, you can do a lot of things, like go to Colombia.
Why do you think I want this check? Oh man.
Oh, God, man.
Yeah,
No.
you know what I mean. But like boxing really is back, and UFC's got a lot of good stuff coming up. I mean, we know that Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua fight's coming up. We know there's still going to be some big UFC fights. The White House card is what everyone's going to be talking about. So
the one that's really I'm really perplexed about is Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson.
I never thought I would sit here and say this because Mike Tyson is an icon of the sport. No doubt about it. Legend, goated, first ballot, all of the stuff, right? You know, one time they talked about Mike being as great as Ali. That was the thing. Like, who would win, Ali or Mike, right? And Floyd, from a technical pugilist standpoint, is flawless in so many ways, not only in his record, in his technique. So I have respect for both of them as fighters. I have zero interest in seeing this whatsoever. I don't think that I would tune in. I don't think I would go. I don't think I'd buy a ticket. I don't think that I'd try to find a pirated stream on YouTube because I have zero interest in seeing this.
You know, I was listening, and I think it was Mike Tyson. Mike said this fight is going to break all records. As far as the fight game goes, it's going to break all records. And I think that's what they're looking for more than anything. I think they're looking for this fight to break all records, make a whole lot of money. And like I said, money can make you do some crazy things. And I think that's where we are in this world right now. I don't know if it's going to break all records or anything like that. I really don't have a lot of interest in seeing this fight. 2026, Mike Tyson will be what? 60?
660.
Yeah, and Floyd, whatever.
In his 40s.
I just do not see this turning out well at all.
It's gonna be awful.
If it's about the money, okay, I get it. But that's the only thing this could really truly be
That's
about.
all it's about. I mean,
Floyd Mayweather in the weight class he's in, and Mike Tyson being in the weight class he's been in for years. I don't see this fight should not happen.
no.
This fight should not happen on any, continent. Nowhere in the world this fight. I'm serious.
Where is it? Where is it
happening.
taking place?
I don't know, but
You know?
it's probably going to take place in Vegas. And
I don't know. I don't know if they'd sanction it.
Again, or maybe Dallas.
Yeah, I think it's either Texas, Florida, or overseas. It's got to be one of those places.
Maybe Dallas. You
Let
know
me
what I mean? But I just don't see this thing ending well. I don't see it, starting well. And for me, it's going to be the ultimate money grab.
Africa. It's
In
going to
Africa.
take place in Africa.
Hey man, where about in Africa?
It just says Africa.
Well, they ain't gonna make a whole lot of money over there doing this fight. I don't see it happening there. That's just me. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, don't
Don't nobody in Africa want to see that fight.
I think barely anybody wants to see the fight, and I got love for both of them. I really do. I got love for both of them as fighters. I have zero interest. It almost reminds me of when to actually a bigger extent, but like remember when Tito and Chuck did the thing with Golden Boy, a few years back or 10 years ago. It was like nobody wants to see this, man. Like I get y'all want to go out there and make some money. So more power to you. God bless you. God bless you. Seriously, God bless you. Get your money. I'm not hating on it, but if you're talking to me as a fan, I don't care. Like literally at all about it. I won't even watch it. I won't support it.
Look here, you can't hate on the guy trying to make a buck. Though.
I'm not going to hate on that.
You can't do it. How you gonna tell a man?
I'm not telling him.
You know what I mean, Brad? How you gonna tell a man? You know what I mean? He can't feed his family. How you gonna tell a man he can't go in there and rumble like he did once upon a time. How you gonna tell a man he can't go out there and do it just one more? You can't do it. You can't do it, Brad.
You can't tell that to a man, and you also can't tell a man that you're going to take him shopping. Both of those things are true. Yes, and I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But you know what? I don't have interest in it. For really Mike's health, and I don't know what his financial situation is. I don't know if it warrants him needing to do things like this. Same with Floyd. But I don't know, man. It's kind of just a sad sight.
You know what, man? I'm going to tell you right now.
Who's interested?
You got to be living a hell of a lifestyle to have a fight like this to keep living, right? I'm serious. Mike Tyson should be very, very comfortable. Even after all the money that Mike has lost, he's probably still made, after his career, more money than the average man ever going to make in a million years.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, Mike Tyson can do an autograph signing and it's going to be sold out. You know what I mean? His memorabilia, stuff that old boxing trunks gonna go for $1 million. I'm serious. So I don't think Mike Tyson is hurting for money. But one thing about having money, for a lot of people, it make them want more.
Yeah.
To be able to, go out on a yacht. To be able to live, in the penthouse suite.
Yeah.
When you go somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To when you go to the airport, it's private. You got a private jet waiting on you. I'm gonna tell you. I was listening to Jake Paul talk about 6 of his 12 cars.
That's ridiculous.
I'm serious, and the collection that he had talked about added up to be about 4-some million or something like that. Between all the 6 cars, and like I say, he still had 6 more to talk about. And the private jets, it's limitless. It's limitless. I can't imagine living like that, but I could imagine living like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Just give me that checkbook for a minute. It'll be like going to Colombia. You'll never come back.
Well, we got to come back after the break. We got more Hall of Fame on the other side, BT.
Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Booker T. And before we get rolling today, man, this message right here is sponsored by Raycon.
That's right, Book. Raycon's everyday earbuds have officially become the go-to gift for this holiday season. They sound great. They look great. They last all day long and then some, with 32 hours of battery life.
Yeah, dog. And that's no cap, man. These things are built for real life, and I wear mine all the time, and they stay in place. They don't fall out, and they're comfortable as can be. Over 4 million people already got a pair, man. And if you've been curious, now is the time. Oh, yeah.
You're right, BT, because here's the deal. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Raycon is giving up to 30% off all products. It's perfect for gifting. And if you're like me, you're going to keep a couple pairs for yourself.
You know me, man. I love my gadgets, man. And these everyday earbud classics are loaded with upgrades. You got that active noise cancellation, multi-connectivity, and you can hook up to 2 devices at once. And they got that ergonomic fit. Stay put no matter what you're doing, man. Oh, yes.
And the colors, I love them. I'm rocking with that cool mint, but they also got blush violet. They got matte black. They got all kinds of different options. It's not just earbuds. It's an accessory that matches your vibe.
And get this, you can quick charge these bad boys. 10 minutes get you 90 minutes of playtime. 32 hours total with the Case Plus awareness mode. I love it, man. You could use it when you walking the dog. Me and Rover, we do it all the time, and you can still hear everything going on around you. That's a game changer. Oh, yes, man.
Yeah, man, I actually use these every day, and I mean it. I use this. Booker uses this. We all use Raycon, so you should use them too. Over 3 million people have already got them, man. 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. It's going to keep on coming. And they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you don't love them, no worries. Easy return.
That's right, dog. Nothing to lose, but everything, and I mean everything, to gain.
So don't wait. Raycon is going big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Everything's up to 30% off. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/booker. That's buyraycon.com/booker, Booker, and save on Raycon audio products site-wide. All right, guys, Brad Gilmore here from the Hall of Fame. I want to talk to you a second because this has been happening a lot lately. A whole lot. I don't know if it's just the holiday season, but it feels like every week someone's trying to run some kind of scam. I'm talking about fake tracking numbers. I'm talking about fake shopping sites, the whole gambit. I even had one come through that looked real enough that I almost clicked it, but the boat's not going to fall for that. But some people might. I almost have before. It's almost happened to me before, where you get that thing that says, hey, here's your tracking number. You ordered this, or this was charged this much on this account. And you're like, what is that? And you click it, and then, oh my gosh, they have your whole identity. Because look, around the holidays, you need to forget it because that's when scammers are out here trying to get busy because they know that we're busy. Everyone becomes the target for scams during this time. That's why Cash App builds in protection to help keep your money safe while you're checking off that holiday list. If you're about to spend some money for somebody or to somebody for a deal that's too good to be true, Cash App will flag it as a potential scam. They'll warn you before you send the money. Cash App also gives you an extra layer of protection, which with features like the security lock. You can require a PIN, Face ID, or fingerprint to unlock your account and move money. So even if someone gets a hold of your unlocked phone at a holiday party, your money's right where you left it. Gift yourself some peace of mind this holiday season with Cash App. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real. Just download the Cash App, use our exclusive referral code, SECURE10, and send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's it. Cash App. Yes, that is Cash App, baby. Cash App is a financial service platform. It's not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. See terms and conditions at cash.app/legal/US/EN-US-card-agreement. Promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. And while I have you, this is what I want to talk about now. I want to talk about Mars men. Yes, let's be real. Come on, guys. I don't think we talk about this stuff enough. I'm in my early 30s now, almost 33 years of age, and out of nowhere, it felt like a switch flipped. I was still working out, still eating the same, still doing the things that I've always did, but the energy just wasn't there. Nobody warned you about that, right? One day you're flying through your day, hitting the gym, getting work done, feeling sharp, and then the next day, it's like you're wading through the mud. Everything feels heavier, everything feels lower, and you're thinking, man, is this just what getting older is all about? Well, here's the wild part. Most men are losing testosterone around the age of 30. About 1% every year. I didn't even know that until it hit me personally. And then I learned that it's honestly crazy. Your body makes testosterone, but a ton of it gets locked away. There's a big protein called SHBG. Think about it like it's testosterone handcuffs. Even if your body is producing enough testosterone, SHBG locks it up so you can't actually access it. It's like having money in your account, but your debit card won't swipe. And that's why I started using Mars Med. And here's what I love about it. It's designed to help free up that locked up testosterone in your body. And it can actually do what it does. And it actually uses what your body already has. So we're not talking about no needles. We're no synthetics. No anything. Just real ingredients. And man, does the difference feel so real. Keep this bottle right here, okay? It's right here on my desk, okay? And guess what? The workouts, they feel stronger, faster recovery, and it's steady, natural energy throughout the day. Not the shaky caffeine buzz. This is like a clean internal engine turning back on. More focus, more drive, more of that. I'm feeling like me again. And all natural stuff. I'm talking about Tonkat Ali. She legit. vitamin C, zinc, boron. 8 clinically dosed ingredients made in the USA, third-party tested, and even have a 90-day money-back guarantee. So what's the worst case? You try it, it's not your thing, cool. But over 91% of users report higher energy levels, and the reviews are crazy. Thousands of guys are talking about how good they feel. Now, let me give you this deal because it's a wild one. For a limited time, only get 60% off for life and 2 free gifts when you use promo code BOOKER at mengotomars.com. Excuse me, that's mengotomars.com. mengotomars.com. Use the promo code BOOKER, BOOKER. And after you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Now, can you dig that? Back to this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful program. We are talking to the WWE Women's Champion. The baddest in the game is here right now to talk about WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tickets on sale, individual day tickets, Ticketmaster.com. The one and only, the Storm is here. Jade Cargill. Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing great. What a phenomenal intro. I love that. Also, it's April 18th and 19th, which is a Saturday and Sunday. So get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Look at you. Look at you. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. You've gotten to grace that WrestleMania stage now twice. This will be your third WrestleMania. You had that 6-person tag the first time, individual match the last time, and I was there to see it in Las Vegas last year. What a moment that must have been to walk out on that stage. You know, I mean, everyone talks about WrestleMania, but I think until you walk down the ramp, you don't fully appreciate the majesty of the moment.
Yeah, it's our Super Bowl. It's nothing like it. You know, you look around and you have to take it in, and you can take it one way. It can be scary and intimidating, or you can embrace it. And I'm the type of person, the bigger the crowd, the more I can get into myself. I embrace the crowd, and man, it's nothing like it. I can't compare it to anything.
Now, one thing that we know about Jade Cargill is you're going to bring the fits on every big event, all right? It's going to be to the nines always. How far in advance are you thinking about WrestleMania 42 gear? Are you already thinking about what your entrance is going to be? Have we gotten to that point yet? I know we're a few months off.
Man, so I've already pinpointed the entrance I want to have. I'm actually going to shoot that over to creative. Let's hope that that's approved. As far as gear, it's going to depend on my entrance. So I have 2 options. Let's see how the entrance goes, and that's going to create my idea for my entrance outfit. But I think so far in advance, I just have to be careful now with, obviously, you know, you can't cosplay too much to people or anything like that. But man, I think so far in advance, I've been stuck on this entrance since October. And my WrestleMania entrance last year, it was a tribute really to Tyler, the Creator, when he did, I believe, the BET Awards, and he went through the whole storm and everything like that as he was walking. It was more intricate, but that was a tribute to his BET performance that I thought was phenomenal. And I was like, how can I turn up the storm? Like, we're category 5 right now. We're not happy. So I do a lot of research for my entrances and my attire, as you mentioned.
Yeah, no, and it comes through, and I appreciate the thought that gets put into it. Let me ask you this. You're holding that championship here right now. This is something, I've been a big supporter of yours. Me and Booker T, I'm sure you've seen over the years, have really been a big champion of Jade Cargill, and now you are the champion. That 1, 2, 3 happens. You walk back through Gorilla. The usual cast of characters are there, whether it's Michael P.S. Hayes or Bruce Pritchard, but mainly Paul Triple H Levesque. What was the conversation you had with Triple H before y'all take the infamous pointing at you photo?
He actually wasn't there that day. He wasn't there today. He wasn't there that day, but that following Friday we did. He was just telling me how proud he was of me, and you know how much I've grown in this company, and that, you know, the hard work is just starting. So he was just proud of me. Told me that, you know, I worked so hard to get here, but now the hard work really starts.
And have you felt that already as the champion? Because like when I talked to Book, he said when he was the world champion, especially in WWE, he's like, I'm in so many segments. I'm doing so many on sales. I'm doing so much more media and promotion, more than I ever have. I'm in the dark main event. I'm in the middle of the show. I got to do a backstage. I got all these things to do. Have you felt the pressure of being the champion?
Yes, but you know, I actually was talking to The Miz. It was Miz, and we were talking about the fact he asked the same question: do you feel the pressure of being a champion? And I said, I sat back for the entire first year I was here, and I watched the champions. And I watched how you all dealt with the pressure, and how you all dealt with your home life situation. And I asked a lot of questions, And one thing I did tell my husband prior to this run I'm having right now was, hey, it's going to be a wild ride, and I need you to hang on tight. I'm going to be sleepy. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be all these things. I'm going to have all these feelings. And I need you to understand what I'm doing right now and the purpose behind it all. I wouldn't say the weight is heavy as you would think, because I have such a great supporting cast behind the scenes at WWE. And a lot of champions have groomed me to be in this position that I'm in right now. And me sitting back and watching them and trying to emulate what they were doing has prepared me right now to hold this gold.
Man, what a phenomenal answer. And I think that's the way you should. You should observe the people who are doing it at the highest of high levels. What are they doing, and what can I steal from it? Like, what can I emulate, to use your word?
I'm talking Cody all day. I would just watch. I would always ask Cody, like, "Are you tired? Like, how are you doing this?" He just had a newborn baby. I was just, I'm like, when are you home? Because I have a child, so I have an entire family, and I wanted to ask someone who has a family, how are you doing this? How is your wife? Even though she's in the industry or was in the industry. How are you dealing with this? How is your mental? Not just your physical. How is your mental? Are you okay? And he just always gave me great advice of pushing through. And this is something that he's always wanted. He's not going to take it for granted. And, I resonate with that. This is what I wanted. And I can't be mad at the hard work that is thrown at me and put on my shoulders when I wanted this. I cannot. And if I don't like it, somebody else would be glad to take that pressure off of me. So I'm going to take it. Exactly.
Somebody looking to take that spot. My final question for you, Jade. I could talk to you all day, but the photo of you, Cody, Ricky, Punk, people who are always in your corner supporting you. You're all champions at the same time. You took that picture. How proud of you in that moment? How proud was it to take that photo?
It was you know what? It was. When we took the picture, it just felt like family, and I say that because Cody's seen from day one. Ricky's my best friend in the industry. CM Punk has always been the most honest, most brutal person that I have ran into from day one when I met him. We've always had a friendship. And these are three phenomenal people who have sat with me and who have always been in my corner and who have seen me go through A to Z. I'm not at Z yet, but has seen me go through so many situations and so many feelings and trying to understand this industry, because this industry will chew you up and spit you out. So for these people to see me at the top of the mountain at WWE, it's no other feeling. And again, they seen Punk showed me how to properly use a chair. He showed me how to properly use a chair. Cody was in my first match ever. Ricky helps me out with so many things that I don't understand in the industry that takes years and years and years of knowledge. These are people that have been in my corner forever. So again, it felt like family.
Well, you know what, Jade? I'm so proud of the position that you're in. I'm going to be continuing rooting for you. Congratulations, and great to talk to you today.
Thank you for having me. I wish we had more time, but here we are.
Next time.
Next time.
Everybody.
Hold on to the dream, baby. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. We just chopping it up. We still got a few minutes left inside the Hall of Fame. If you want to get in, man, get a super chat in. Do it now. I do it for you, man. Whatever you got, we'll be waiting on you. But no, man. Like I say, a lot went down over the weekend, but you look like you got something you want to say.
Well, I do want to say to our YouTube viewers and to our podcast listeners, and I meant to bring this up to you before we went live, but last week, while you were in Colombia, I actually had the opportunity to talk to the WWE Women's Champion, the Storm, Jade Cargill. And, WrestleMania tickets are on sale. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. And I just want to say we'll be bringing that to the YouTube channel so people can check out the full interview. Only 30 seconds made it on television. So I want to bring the full interview here so you can check out Jade Cargill, who I think is doing already a great job as the women's champion.
She's doing a great job, man. She's doing a great job. She's just getting started. this thing for Jade Cargill, it's just getting started, y'all. This is the tip of the iceberg for Jade Cargill.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And you know what? We talked about it too, but I remember, and I want you to speak on it for maybe people who haven't heard this before. But like the World Championship, WWE Championship, whichever one it is, man, there's so much responsibility that comes with the top title that I just think that the fans, and maybe they do appreciate it, but they can't you can never really appreciate it unless you see it or have done it, right? And those on sales, you know, they put you on when you're the champion, the media tours, the opening segment, the middle segment. I mean, Book, I don't know how the hell you were able to keep up with that schedule being the champion, because it must be the most exhausting thing to do.
It truly is. I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Being the world champion in any major company is the hardest thing you're ever going to do. I mean, in WCW, I was grinding, man. I was grinding week in and week out. Like you say, the on sales, you know, media days, whatnot. I was always Johnny on the spot. Always there early, you know, dark match. Dark match was always the last match of the night, the advertised match for the city. So you might open the show mid part of the show, you might do a promo, and then you got the main event, and then you got the dark match after that. It really is such a hard job, and the company has to be able to trust you. And I'm not saying that to be able to trust you to, you know, to come out with the belt. That's what a lot of people might think. That's what I'm talking about. They got to be able to trust that you're going to be able to, you know, make all these dates, you know, not get hurt, try to stay injury free, be someone that's going to represent the company and represent the company very, very well. When, you know, one of these reporters put a microphone in your face, you know, you definitely has to look the part, you know, as far as the passing that airport test. Man, Jade Cargill, she does all of that. And it's not as easy as people on the outside looking in would think. It really is the hardest job in this business. And I applaud, you know, her. I applaud, you know, like a guy like John Cena, who did it for so many years, you know, countless hours, you know, totally forsaking his own well-being and his own, you know, life at home, you know, when he could be, you know, like, you know, having a family, you know, he's out there entertaining. You just don't know how important and how hard it really is for a lot of these guys. So I give Jade Cargill the utmost credit and respect for what she's doing.
Absolutely. But you know what, Book? We have a cavalcade of super chats coming in. So is there anything that you want to get to before we get to them?
No, man. I mean, that Davashvili, Peter Young, I know you saw that, new bantamweight champion.
Amazing.
And Peter Young came back, you know, the second fight, much better. They always say that Shalimar had a song. The second time around is always better than the first time. And
I don't agree with that.
Well, in this case, second time around was great for Peter Young, because he went out there 5-round decision over Merab. I don't know what they miss. Merab Davashvili. Merab, and my thing is this: Merab, he didn't fight bad or anything like that.
He didn't.
Merab was fighting upstream. Merab had, you know, went to battle so many fights, so many times, you know, so many training sessions. It's that there again, that's probably one of the hardest things you have to do in the fight game. Prepare. Preparation is the only luck in it. And it's only so much preparing you can do after you've gone up to that mountaintop so many times. And I think that's what happened for Davashvili.
Yeah, you know, again, you know what? You're 100% right. And I almost liken it to the Kansas City Chiefs, right? What we were talking about earlier. You can be great, but to sustain that greatness for such an extended amount of time and continue to battle and continue to get back and to continue to be the guy, it's next to impossible.
It's got to take its toll.
It does.
It's got to take its toll.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's
You know,
not like
that's
all of a
the way I
sudden
look.
Marab's not a great fighter. Obviously, he's a great fighter. It's not like all of a sudden the Kansas City Chiefs are a bad football team. Of course, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they're still those guys, but it just takes it out of you. You only got so many wars you can go to, so many runs.
That wound just keep opening, man. I mean, that callus just, it's there and it booms. There's no way it can heal, and that's what happens with these guys over a period of time. It's not, it's not, the fight is how many times they go in there and have that fight. I think that's what it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Excuse me. But yeah, so as far as anything coming up in the UFC, I know Dana White's been talking about this White House card. And I know, look, we live in a politically polarizing climate. But as a fight fan, to think that the fighters are going to be fighting on the White House lawn gives me, I just want to see what it's going to look like. Do you know what I mean? I want to see what it's going to look like. Because allegedly, and I don't know what you think about this, and to be honest with you, I have mixed feelings on this one. I have mixed feelings. They're going to walk from the Oval Office to the octagon, right? They're going to start in the Oval Office, and the camera will follow them to the octagon. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I think it's the coolest thing I've ever heard or the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard. I'm somewhere in between on it. But it is going to be a spectacle beyond belief.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a spectacle. Beyond all belief. This is not something I'd ever imagined thinking that I would see in a million years, that the UFC, a sport that was nearly banned by government, and now we're going to be having a fight on the White House lawn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm perplexed on that one.
I am too. I
don't think I want to see my kids, let my kids see something like this, and this is a memory that they're gonna have. I just, me personally, I don't agree with this at all. I don't think the fight game and what we do with government and what government should be doing. I don't think these two have anything in common. I really don't.
Well, no, they absolutely. Well, fighting and government do have something that they do. But let me ask you this: what do you think about this idea? I just heard it today of a dress code at the airport. Have you heard about this? That the transportation secretary wants a dress code.
It should be a dress code at the airport. I mean, in certain instances, because sometimes, I don't know, you see some of the most scantily clad women.
I agree with you.
With some clothes on that, there again, I don't want my son. I'm like, Dad, check her. You know what I mean? Come on. And the thing is, it's just so wide open. It's just so wide open where people they don't respect themselves. So there's no way they can respect you. Yeah.
I mean, look,
It's the only way I can put that.
Anyway, anytime you or I go out, obviously we're dressed. Going on the airport, I might be a little bit more comfortable, but I'm not. I'm not wearing a club fit. You remember we talked about the yoga pants in the airport?
Yeah. I mean, the yoga pants doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. The yoga pants doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me.
Sometimes you see some women and you go, wow, why does she got that outfit on in there? And it's cold. It's freezing cold on the airplane. And I'm like, wait a minute, that just enhances things, if you guys understand what I'm saying. But
theater of the mind, guys. Theater of the mind.
The blue chew. It's like the blue chew enhances things.
But it's not a discreet package.
But it's very distracting.
It's a distracting one. Yes.
Yeah, very distracting.
Yeah. I was just interested in what you thought. Okay, look, we have so many super chats. We're coming up against a break. We'll get to them after the break.
All right, stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Man, I got to tell you, BT, I never thought I'd care this much about a wallet, but Ridge Wallet has completely changed the game for me. Before this, I was carrying around that old school leather wallet. It was falling apart. It was bulky and jammed from receipts from like 1996, even though I was only 4 years old. It looked like I had a cheeseburger in my back pocket, but with Ridge, It's sleek, it's strong. It holds up to 12 cards plus cash and is made from premium materials. I'm talking aluminum, or as my folks across the pond say, aluminium, carbon fiber, titanium. This thing is like the superhero of wallets. And y'all know I love my gear. I gotta be sharp, I gotta be clean. Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm just so fresh. So yeah, I'm so fresh and so clean. And I also need to be functional. So this is what is huge for me. This wallet has RFID blocking tech, so nobody's stealing your info while you're walking down the street. That's peace of mind. And check this out. Mine is made of carbon fiber, but they have 50 colors and styles to choose from. It's the last wallet you'll ever need. And with Ridge's lifetime warranty, it's not just hype, it's real.
Right now, Ridge is running their huge Memorial Day sale. You can get up to 40% off at ridge.com/booker. That's ridge.com/booker. Don't miss their biggest sale of the year. And when they ask how you heard about them, make sure you tell them you heard them right here on the Hall of Fame podcast with Brad Gilmore and Booker T. Hey, and don't forget, support the show and level up, baby.
You know, life always doesn't wait for a payday. There's been times where I needed some gas money, groceries, or even grab some last-minute tickets for a big night out, and payday, it was still days away. That's why I love talking about the game-changing app like EarnIn. EarnIn is the app that lets you access your pay your way as you earn it, and up to $150 a day with a maximum of $750 between checks. There's no interest, there's no credit checks, there's no mandatory fees. It's not a loan. This is your money. Just download the EarnIn app, add in your work info, and you can start accessing your pay right away. You can even leave an optional tip to help support the app for everybody. Then, any money you access plus any tip is simply paid back from your next paycheck. So imagine this. Your daughter's school shoes are on sale, but payday's not until Friday. Well, with EarnIn, you don't have to wait. Or maybe you got a surprise dinner plan with someone special. Don't put it off. That's the kind of financial momentum that EarnIn gives you. Millions of people are using it. I wish I had EarnIn back in the day when I first started it out, especially when you're trying to balance bills, gigs, and unexpected stuff like a vet bill or even car repairs. So download EarnIn today. That's EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple App Store. And when you do, type in Hall of Fame under podcast when you sign up. That's Hall of Fame under podcast. It really helps the show and helps you get paid when you need it most. EarnIn is a financial technology company. It's not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Make EarnIn a part of your financial routine and join over 4 million people using it to turn any day into payday. It's your money. Take control of it with EarnIn.
That's right. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I know we got a lot of super chatters, man, and we ain't got a whole lot of time, so let's get to them, bro.
We're going to get to them right now. If you have a super chat, get it in before the show's over, pal. Loso Dolo, who's been a member for 33 months. Wow, congratulations to you, my brother. We really appreciate you. You good, Unc? Dion came flying over that table. Can I get a great Scott? That's the wrong soundboard.
Yeah, I'm serious, bro. He was that close. He almost got me, but I was quick, man. The stem cell had me moving real good. So I got out of the way, but he smacked Vic, boot right to the face, man, right to the head. Bang, Vic was all discombobulated. But it definitely was.
He's
fun.
down for the count. How come you didn't say Joseph is down? Why wouldn't you say that?
Literally, I'm serious. When it happened, I was ducking. I had to hit the ground, and I went down. Headset went flying, and I was kind of like confused a little bit myself after that because we had no heads up. That just happened. Mm-hmm. Normally, we'll get a heads up, but that time, nothing. So it was pretty exciting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, that's what happens. Mike Woodson 2085 says, shout out to the Rocket Josiah Jean on SmackDown last Friday as security. He acted like he was going to hit Drew McIntyre. Acting is the primary word there.
Oh, yeah, that's all you need right there. He must have did his job and did his job well. But now Josiah the Rocket, one day you're going to see the Rocket, in one of those skits, and, one of these other kids going to be the security. That's what The Rock is on his way, man. Kid's got a hell of a future. All he got to do is just keep his head straight, understand what this thing is truly all about. Time is his worst enemy. So let's get to work.
Let's get to work, Joe. Let's get to work, Joe. Joe's always one of my favorite people when we have the shows, which, by the way, December the 20th, Reality Wrestling Sub-Zero main event, fatal four-way for the Reality Wrestling Championship. Danny Limelight defends against Ryan Davidson. Will all damn day. And, of course, that man, Zilla Fatu. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This comes from Okos517, who says, from a business perspective, why would Cena retire at Saturday Night's Main Event and not WrestleMania? The dollars and cents don't make sense to me. Could you see a swerve? There's no swerve. This is it. This is absolutely it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I don't think it's about you think John Cena's worried about a paycheck?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. I don't think that's what John Cena's worried about is a paycheck. This guy's making more than enough money than he's going to be. He's probably got more money than he's going to be able to spend in a lifetime right now at this point.
Bro.
So I don't think it's about the money, the retirement of John Cena, the way he's going out, the goodwill that he's doing on his way out. I don't think that's about money or anything. I think it's about legacy. I really do with John Cena. I think it's about legacy and the way he leave this business. I think John Cena will be the first who would rather leave this business in a better place than when he came in it.
Fact.
You know what I mean? So I really think that's what John Cena's modus operandi really is. That's just my opinion.
I couldn't agree with you more. And to me, here's the dollars and cents of it. Every town he went to had merchandise saying the last time is now and had the town's name on it. You know how many shirts this man has sold on this retirement tour? He might be paving the road for the future of the business, but he's still a worker, brother.
Oh, he's
all right,
smart. He's smart. He's gonna get in.
He's gonna get some money here. The next one comes from Mike Woodson, 2085. Crazy how Netflix was just a DVD rental through mail. What do you guys think of Netflix buying Warner Brothers / HBO, and how does this affect AEW? Yeah, I don't know if you've been paying attention to this story. Really interesting one. Netflix put in an $83 billion offer to Warner Brothers Discovery to buy the company. So that's Warner Brothers Studio, that's HBO, that's several entities under that umbrella. Now, today in the 11th hour, Paramount and Skydance have put in a $102 billion cash offer to try to buy it away from Netflix. Obviously, this would have to go through government approval, and the Trump administration would have to sign off if either company is winning the bid. I don't know how you turn away $100 billion as opposed to $82 billion, but nevertheless, how it affects AEW is interesting because if Netflix owns Warner Brothers Discovery, AEW, that is where they are housed on the Turner Networks, TNT, TBS, and on HBO Max. Netflix has a huge multi-billion-dollar and decade-long deal with the WWE. I don't know if they would just keep them separate. It would make sense, but I don't know, Book. What do you think?
You know what? That's way above my pay rate.
Same here.
As, that kind of talk right there. I mean, when you got that kind of money, you're throwing those type of numbers around. Is it truly selling the company? I don't know. I really don't know. You know what I mean? How does that work? Like I said, it's way above my pay grade to know if it's going to affect AEW. I really don't know.
I mean, it'd be too difficult to determine. And there's contracts in place, and there's things that they would have to
exactly. You know what I mean?
Hereby,
I'm sure Tony Khan is a guy that's well equipped to handle whatever's going on from a money wise perspective. I mean, court, that thing, it could blow up if anything was to happen, from a monopolizing perspective was to, go. I don't know. So we'll find out in the future.
And I honestly think that either company, if it's Skydance, Paramount, or if it's Netflix who ends up officially trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, I think that the regulatory approval from the government, they might put a stop to it because either studio would become such a monopoly and their market share would be insurmountable for any other competition. We're talking like, J.D. Rockefeller, Carnegie stuff, and I think that they would need to put a stop to it or have some extreme regulations on it. D'Angelo Brown says, when John Cena gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, who should induct him? Should it be Stu, the cameraman? I don't know. Stu's the guy. I don't know if he inducts Cena, but who inducts John Cena? Kurt?
I don't know, man. Would it be one of the boys? Yeah. Would it be Vince McMahon? I don't know.
I think it'd be Stephanie.
I mean, it could be Stephanie McMahon. It could be Shane.
Could be Shane.
It could be definitely somebody that's really, really close to it. It could be his dad. I don't know. It could be several people. I'm sure John has so much respect for so many guys with his business, but
could be you.
I'm sure I could be there. I mean, but I'm sure it's going to be a short list. I can say that.
Yeah, and he will go in, and I mean, it might be as soon as next year or whenever he's ready to. I mean, John's really booked when you think about the legacy and the career of this guy. No one's had a run like this. No one's ever had a run like this. Nobody.
It's been different. I tell you that. It's been different than anybody that ever put on a pair of boots. It really has been.
Yeah. And his perspective though, and I can tell that he spent time under the Booker T learning tree, especially when I hear him in interviews, just because his perspective is always whatever they want to do, wherever I'm at on the card, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do my job. It's going to be undeniable. I'm going to be here forever.
It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard when you know how to go out there and do it. John, like I say, he hadn't been the best wrestler in the world, but he's always been a guy who can perform at a very, very high level. I've always given him so much respect for being that guy. I don't care about guys that can go out there and doing, a plethora of moves. I really don't. Those guys don't
Doesn't
impress
mean
anything. But the guy that can go out there and tell me a story and make the fans feel a certain way, I think John Cena did that because he went out there and fans was like, you suck at the beginning of the match. And then at the end of it, they were standing on the edge of their seats.
You won them over.
Oh, man, every time. And that right there impressed me so much, as far as the workers go. Those are the true workers that go out there and do that.
Yeah, he's obviously Mount Rushmore guy. If you don't want to put him at number one, I understand. But he's in the conversation for the greatest there's ever been. So let's get to our final two here. Kai Toenail. Punk has to control the tempo of this match long enough for the Vision to mess up Braun's win. Other than that, we might have a new champ for a new year. Do you think that CM Punk would drop the title to Braun Breaker?
That's not impossible.
No.
That's something that, you say, it's not going to happen. That can't happen. No, I wouldn't say that. Punk's had the title now for how long? A couple of months?
A couple months.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see Punk dropping it this soon.
Yeah.
I think when we got, the Rumble around the corner. We got
WrestleMania.
We got WrestleMania around the corner. I just don't think it's time to do something like that. But would I be surprised if they did it? Yes and no.
Yeah.
Just for that reason, just for the reasons I'm talking about, we still got so much work yet still to be done with CM Punk.
Do you have, and I'm going to ask you this before we get to our last question. There's been a lot of scuttlebutt on the internet about the four top companies, AEW, TNA, and congratulations to TNA on their new television deal, by the way. Big congrats, AMC. But AEW, TNA, and then the world's champion, CM Punk, and then the WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, all people in their mid to late 40s. There's been some conversation about that is showing that the business is unhealthy because there aren't younger guys who can take the title. For instance, The Rock was 27 when he won the title. You were in your 30s. Brock was 25. Randy was 24. Should we be concerned about that at all?
No, I don't think so. Just because we're in a different, stage of the wrestling business. Guys learn totally different back then than the way they're learning now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to need, guys that, been around, that know this game like the back of their hands, like, CM Punk, like a Roman Reigns, the older guys in general, to make sure these younger guys get off, on the right paths. I look at Cody Rhodes, taking on Obafemi. That's going to be a perfect training ground for Oba to go out there and learn that one match. Oba's going to learn more in that one match than he did his whole time in NXT, just about. It's going to be so close. I can tell you that. And to have these veterans around to show these guys, because you got to look at Obafemi. He's a guy who's been in the business now like 3 years, right?
Yeah.
3-4 years.
Yeah.
He's a guy that came from college. It's an NIL guy. This is a guy who had no familiarity with the wrestling business before he got into it. So the way these guys are learning now, the Kalani Jordans who came right into professional wrestling.
She's so damn good.
But like I say, having a background in sports and learning television wrestling is great. But to have these minds still around to teach them what this game is all about. Yes, I think we need those guys. This guy's going to fade away soon, but I think they're going to leave the business in a better place than when they came into it.
Okay, our final one of the day. What's holding Wendy Choo and Nikita Lyons from being back on NXT TV?
Right place at the right time.
There you go. Easy as that.
It really is all about timing in this business. I look at what Wendy Choo is doing, and before she left, Wendy was doing like some of her best work, and she was really turning the curve as far as that character go. But then at the same time, when you got a character like that, man, these days people want to see real life characters. And then you got Nikita Lyons, who's a very, very talented, very, very talented. Can do anything in the middle of that square circle, but she got hurt a couple of times, a couple of knee surgeries. One thing about this business, time off is your worst enemy. Those setbacks in this business can bury your career in a heartbeat. So those are things that you definitely don't want to happen, but at the same time, those are things that sometimes you can't avoid. So timing, man, is everything. Hopefully, Wendy Choo and Nikita Lyons, the Line Queen, that's what I call her. She'll be back on TV doing that splits real soon, man, because I need to call it.
Oh, you know what?
That's what I call it.
And I missed one. It looks like let me find it because somebody pointed out we missed a super chat. I don't want to shortchange anybody. Here we go. Book, what is your opinion on David Otunga's video saying John Cena was a major backstage bully to him? Convenient timing for views or possibly true? Well, it's definitely convenient timing.
Look, man, let me tell you something. Bullies, I've dealt with bullies before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my thing is, when I hear these guys talk about being bullied, when I hear a grown man talk about being bullied, he's a punk ass. That's what I say about guys like that. I'm serious, because I've never been bullied. You know what I mean? Nobody's never bullied me.
Yeah.
In the wrestling business. In all of my years, nobody's never bullied me.
Yeah.
Okay. That I didn't bully back. Okay. So when I hear people talk like that, man, that's what I say about them. All right. I'm not going to say it twice. But you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Punk ass. Okay, let's get out of here. We've had too much fun today.
I want to thank y'all for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes. Caviar dream, man. Red for all the heaven. And until next time, peace. We love you. Yeah.
This podcast is sponsored by Goldbelly. Unwrap the magic of Goldbelly with America's most iconic food gifts shipped nationwide. Whether it's the one and only Joe's Stone Crab from Miami, legendary steaks from Peter Luger's in New York, or decadent cakes for food icons like Ina Garten or Martha Stewart, Goldbelly has the epic gifts your friends and family will rave about for years. Use promo code GIFT for free shipping and 20% off your first order on goldbelly.com.